Hello and welcome back. So we're going to be doing some chores just to get back up to speed on live. I need to get my bullion. That's chore number 1. Acquire bullion. Once we have the bullion, I do have raid tonight, but that'll be in just a little bit, so we won't be going straight into raid. I will be instead swapping over to alpha. We'll be doing some alpha stuff here in just a little bit. Some alpha heroics. I'm gonna let you decide what you want me to play. My preference would be to play fire mage in the dungeons, but if you want me to play dev, I will do a poll, so we can let the chat decide once people are showing up. But yeah, that's the plan for today, is to get some alpha dungeons in, and we have some testing coming up on Thursday very soon here. Yeah, Fire Mage does kill everything in 0.2 seconds. It's pretty awesome. I know people maybe don't like that, but I like it. I think it's great. It's very satisfying seeing your living bomb explode, and whenever the bomb clears, there's nothing left. Everything is already dead. Very satisfying. Okay, let's get that bullion. I'm actually so excited to test Mythic Plus. I'm sad. I'm actually going to be out of town next week for a bit. Telomere, I'm trying. Actually might. It's pretty likely, depending on the situation. Because I'm not really vibing with the design decisions that they've been making about dev recently. There's nothing to hit! Have y'all seen what Skill Commander's sim looks like whenever it comes to what casts you do? It's kind of disgusting. So like, because of the new tier bonus and just because of like how it's all working, you you cast Disintegrate so fucking much. It's crazy. You spend like most of the time in combat pressing Disintegrate. Very, very, very little of your rotation is anything else aside from like your Empower spells. It's like 80% Disintegrate, and then everything else is in the extra 20%. It's gonna be so immobile. Like, you will not be able to move at all. It's probably gonna be one of the least mobile specs in the game. So that's not great. Me my bullion, please. No bullion. I wish the bullion wasn't so random. Is it true that Arcane Mage is way easier to play now? I think all the mage specs are easier to play now. On the War Within, at least. Yo, now that 10 months. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Dude, am I gonna have to kill this whole raid to get my goddamn bullion? SMH. There's still a lot to track though as fire. Like, I think fire could still use a little bit of removal. Specifically, I think Field of Burn is the one that needs to go. The rest of them are like fine. There should be a lot of stuff that you track. Should be something that you consider. But with how they've kind of redesigned everything, it feels like Field of Burn just is like kind of weird. Doesn't really feel good to track that. Feels like it's disruptive to your rotation. You're also sending like a lot more Phoenix Flames than you would on live. You just have like a lot more Phoenix Flames, so I mean it makes it easier, but also it's just, I don't know. I would just prefer if they just like did away with that one. I already got enough shit to track. Gotta be tracking my orbs, gotta be tracking my Frostfire Empowerment, my Fire Mastery, my excess Fire, my excess Frost. Hot Streak, heating up, cooldowns. It's just like a lot. It's a lot going on. You're juggling a shit ton. But it's much easier now because you don't have to worry about SKB as much. Although you could play SKB and you could still have that worry. Scripture of Primal Devotion. The fuck is that? Oh, I have that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Mine is simming higher though. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the what was mine, Ignite Iron Torch Igniter or something similar with crit and haste, it can be okay. Dev. Yeah, fire's like the juggler, you know? You're juggling a lot. I'm okay with juggling a bit. But I think Field of Burn might be one too many things given all the other shit we're juggling now. I have the one you say is based on hero tracks. Well, yeah, so I'm level's a pretty big difference on offhands too, because it's like, you gotta think about it this way, right? It's half of your, or it's not half, but it's like a portion of your weapon. And weapon upgrades are like a pretty big deal. So if you have like one that's 522 and one that's 528, it's almost always gonna be better to go to 528. The absorb ring is really nice though. I love the absorb ring. You got your Lego? Congratulations. Tormentor siphoning ring sinks higher than the absorb ring. Yeah, so are you doing it with max I'm level? Because it goes to 535. It could still sim higher, I just want to confirm. Yeah, so make sure you do it max, because that's where it's going to end up. That's what you actually need to sim against. The reason why the absorb ring does well is because its I'm level goes higher. So if you're not simming with a higher I'm level, then you're not really getting a good idea of what it's going to be like. Oh, come on, bullion. Come on, bullion. You got to drop. I need my goddamn bullion. I don't even know what I'm going to buy with it. We'll have to figure that part out later.
We've slaughtered dragons. What hope did you have?
Sockets? Well, at least you get 2. You know, could be worse. Dude, why is the green screen acting up? Be good, green screen. There it goes. I think it's good now. Right, Zug Zug the boss. Zug Zug. Yeah, me, aug me, buff me. Big damn, let's go.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Sakali warriors! Break the door! Reach the Elder!
I'm tanking the boss. Call me the tank. I don't know how. I didn't even attack the boss. It was just a deep breath. Must have been the residual aggro from P1, I guess. I love when people die to that. It's so funny. What a great boss. One of the best bosses ever. TBH. Dude, how did I not get a bullion? Oh, I got it. I got it. All right. Get me the fuck out of here. Bye-bye. Finally got my bullion.
Their ranks are broken. We have won. A fine victory, my son. I expected nothing.
We flee.
You'll find no better in the city.
All right, let's see. What are we doing? The plan is we're going to spend this bullion. We're going to log into alpha. And we're going to do dungeons. But I don't know what class I'm playing on alpha yet today. That's going to be up to you to decide. Let's actually put up the poll now while I figure out my bullion shit. Let's see. So I'll do a poll. Okay, you have two choices. All right. Beta's down? Oh, fuck. Okay, well, whenever it's up. It'll be down for a bit. Shit, dude, that sucks. Okay. When beta comes back up, which spec? Okay, the poll is up. I added a secret extra answer on that one for the lols. I don't think anyone's actually gonna pick that, but we'll see. Okay, so I think this bullion is a spindle. I think it's a spindle, but I don't know. I'm like 99% sure it's a spindle. So let's talk about what it isn't. It's not a helmet. It's not a shoulder. It's not a cloak. It's not a chest. It's not a bracer. It's not a weapon. It's not an offhand. It's not a belt. It's not a glove. It's not a pant. It's not boots. It's not rings. The only thing it could be is a neck or a trinket. But the neck is my embellishment, so I'd have to move that. That would need to move. I don't think it can move, y'all. I think we got to keep it in the neck. So for trinkets, it could be for Mythic Plus. That would be a Belarus. It could be a spindle, which would be for Dev. Oh. Okay. 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 So I'm like pretty sure it's spindle. Belarus would be really nice though, but I think it's a spindle. Okay, so let's see. If I do sun color? This one? Or wait, you mean Ashes of Embersoul? Is that what you meant? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you're saying this one. Okay. Yeah. I could buy Ashes of Embersoul. The sim is going to say spindle. I can tell you that right now. Spindle is going to be like a 0.8% increase for me. But we'll do it. We'll do it just for fun. So let's go ahead and add in our spindle. This one's going to be eye level equal 528. And then let's also add in ashes, neck, trinket. And we'll have to give ourselves an additional embellishment to make up for the loss of the neck. So yeah, this will go here. And I already have another embellishment I could swap to, so we'll do this. Add max sockets. And then we'll add in our embellished legs as a different alternative to the neck. And we'll add in these trinkets. Let's check everything else. Okay, so I'm going to add in PI because I get PI. And let's see what the sim says. It's going to be spindle by like 0.7, 0.8, something like that. That's my prediction. But let's see what the sim says. Do we know when beta is coming back up? There's supposed to be like a build today, right? Oh, there's an update. The reason why the neck is hard to consider is because so many of your slots are stuck with like certain items, right? Like your rings are stuck, your tier is stuck, your trinkets are stuck, your weapon's stuck, your cloak's stuck. There's like a lot that's like locked in. So you don't really have many options when it comes to doing your embellishments. Your bracers are going to be one of your embellishments, but the other slot is kind of up in the air. So yeah, there it is. Spindle by 0.6. So I was pretty close. That was my guess. My guess was 0.7 or 0.8. Ended up being 0.6. Very close. What I find interesting here, though, is look at Ashes of Embersoul. Why is this so close? I kind of like the idea of running Ashes instead of Spindle. I kind of like that idea. Because, like, there's no stupid wind up to it. I just use it. It's 2 minutes, so I just use it with DR. I could get a proc, too, when circumstances are dire. What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean my health goes to 0 or something? I go, like, 1% health? Is that what the circumstances being dire means? When circumstances are dire. Well, 15% it says. The buff you get after using the trinket is soul ignition. The buff you get after it fades is burnout. If you drop below 15% health, you gain the buff blazing soul, which can only happen once per combat. So there's two different buffs, soul ignition and blazing soul. But like if it's that close and my health ever goes below 35, I feel like it's actually better. Because all I need to do is just have it happen once and I'm getting an extra proc, right? Let's do this. I'm going to copy this one. I want to investigate something. I'm going to go advanced. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to copy this one too. We're just going to have these go head to head. It now requires a lot of group members to be dead. Oh, really? Well, they do that for stupid Grief Torch anyways. Hold on, let's add the debuffs to the weak aura so I know whenever it happens. So it's going to be Evoker, DPS Evoker, Buff Tracker. We need to add in our Trinkets. Trinkets. Oh, wow, that difference is actually pretty big. Why is that so big? Okay, wait, hold on. This may not be as close as I thought it was. I think it might be Top Gear doing some wacky shit. Yeah, see, the sim is not having the same result here. Is one of these getting PI and the other not getting PI? Is that what's happening here? Okay, this one's not getting power infusion. What about the top one? Oh, you know what? I think the difference is PI. It's because in the sim I ran here, I had PI, and in the other one I didn't. So wait, let's run this again. And let's turn off PI. And then let's see what the result is. That might be the diffy. Yeah, okay, there's a huge gap here now. That actually was it. I called it. Yo, what's up, Devil EU? Welcome back to 3 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's a spindle, guys. Let's be real. Yeah, it's a fucking spindle. We get the spindle. Belarus will be nice for AUG once I have the ability to grab it later on. What happens when you use Empower and your legendary only gives you 3-second buff? So here's what happens. Here's how the buff works, okay? Whenever you press your Empower spell, you proc the buff. How the buff works is it doesn't just sit there and give you a buff, okay? It's actually like, think of it like an object, okay? So imagine that the Evoker buff is like a little minion. You know, like the monk minion, the little bird that's like on crack and it runs around and buffs people? Think of it like that. So the buff is standing next to you whenever you first drop it, right? And it'll stand next to you for like 2 to 3 seconds while it's thinking about what to do. If your cooldowns aren't up, the bird is going to rush to someone whose cooldowns are up instead of you. So that's why you'll only get 3 seconds, is because your cooldowns aren't up. So it's like it's fleeing you to someone else. Or if you like already have a stack of it, it's going to like go to someone else. But if your cooldowns are up, the bird will stay by your side because you already have your cooldowns up and it sees that your cooldowns are up, so it will stay with you. So basically the buff is like moving around from person to person. It doesn't have any travel time. It instantly teleports. But it moves to whoever has their buffs up. And that's why sometimes you'll see it just pop up and then immediately disappear. Because it's going to someone else. That's the reason why. And before you ask the question, no, this is not attributed in logs. You don't get any credit for like your legendary buffs. It's not. There's no hooks for that. It'd be easy for them to add the hooks, but they never bothered, so. Yeah, see, the thing is, Bendy, I'm with you. I agree. I also hate Spindle with a fiery passion. I fucking despise this trinket. Problem is, it's a really good trinket. So I have to set aside my hate in my distaste, and I have to just suck it up and use it because it's too good to pass up. Is the buff called Essence Splice? Let's see. Fire. Fire, and it's not even close. But there's still time for them to change things. How's Evoker? It was looking pretty good for a bit. It really was. And then Blizzard just made a really boneheaded decision, and well, it's not looking as good anymore. Looking kind of shit now, to be honest. The animosity change is very bad.
I knew you would like my wares.
381955. Yeah, this is... That's weird. It shows the buff even though it's not up. Guess it's got some sort of hidden property on it. Of my evoker trees, yeah, it's my favorite. I've actually made like kind of a change of heart when it comes to hero talents. I was like super all in on the Sun Fury, and I love the fantasy of it and the bird and all that shit. But I'm gonna be real with y'all, Frostfire looks fucking awesome, and I'm so excited for Frostfire now. It's because of the interaction with Living Bomb. Since they redid the tree, they changed like a lot. And after they redid the fire tree, to me, it makes Sunfire seem like so much less exciting as Frostfire. Frostfire just looks nuts. Because I love Living Bomb, and Living Bomb damage being big is huge, and Frostfire is able to get you even more Living Bomb damage. Like a lot more, actually. Because if you get the excess fire buff, and then you press Fire Blast, you get a Living Bomb from that. Plus, you get the Living Bomb from your tree. So you actually proc 2 Living Bombs. And one of those Living Bombs is at 150% efficiency. So that's really fucking good. It's very fortunate that they redesigned the tree after they made the hero talents, because I feel like this kind of like slipped through the cracks. I don't think it would have been this good had they done it in the reverse order. So like right now I have the buff, right? But like that doesn't really make sense to me. 381956. 381956. Yeah, so like this should only show if it has a duration. Let's let's add something. Buff player, and it has to have remaining time. Okay, so if it doesn't have remaining time is greater than or equal to 0, I guess. We'll do it, right? Okay, yeah, I think that did it. Yeah, I'm big brained. Holy. I figured it out. Yeah, I just need to add a duration to it because the other one doesn't have a duration, so now it shows up like it should. So this should work for Essence Splice. It should work for spoils. Let's go ahead and test that out. On our spoils. I also set one for the cloak just now too. I'll update my weak aura once I get these changes finalized. Can you guys see what it's like? If I get spoils, or sorry, if I get spindle and then I buy the cloak or the glove upgrade, if I get it to drop, or if I get a cloak in my vault and I catalyze it, or if I get a spoils in my vault, there's a couple different ways I could get an upgrade, but like aside from that, I'm pretty much done. Okay, wait, so we need to figure out what this buff is. 427. It's the buff we actually care about. 427072. 427072. 427072. Okay. Which of the hero talent trees am I enjoying the most? Again, what class are you asking me about? Is it mage or is it evoker? I'll give you a different answer depending on the situation. Wait, how'd the poll end up? Skill commander. What was the result on the poll? Did anyone see it? I didn't see the answer on it. I can just see that it ended. That's weird. I feel like I should be able to see it. Hold on. Maybe Twitch is just being weird. Where would this be? How is there no option for poll? Oh, here it is. Manage poll. View results. The results are in. It is Fire Mage, overwhelmingly. Surprisingly, the answer on Evoker is split between AUG and Dev. That's weird. That's very weird. Okay, let's see if the Trinket's working now. Spindle to Windle. I guess we're Spindle gamers. Oh man, if I could dude, if I could buy a spoils 528, oh, I would do that in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think. I would just buy. Good lord, why didn't they add a dungeon trinket guy? That would have been so good. No, unfortunately we're like banned from enjoying dungeon trinkets. It's not allowed. Can't buy them. It's only raids.
Be mindful
So annoying. I wish I could buy the fucking spoils at 528. That would be insane. Now, listen. It's a spindle, right? Like, we should just stop kidding ourselves. It's a spindle. We're buying a spindle. Like, we're just delusional. We're thinking that maybe something else would be the case. I'm just coping. I'm coping and hoping that it's not spindle, but it is spindle. It's probably because your stats are different than mine. My stats are really fucking tight. And by that, I mean like the good version of tight. They're like tight. Yeah, they're very good. My stats are insanely good. So because they're so good, it makes it so that my spoils is actually like really fucking good. Like my spoils at 522 is tied with my spindle. But a 528 spindle, I mean, that's a different story, right? That's a bigger item. Sell that shit. Yeah, I mean, like, I hate to see spoils go. I really do. It brings a tear to my eye. But I think spindle is the way. Now, if I get a spoils at 528 in my vault tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week, then I'll feel kind of dumb. But I mean, that's like super, super, super lucky, right? Because I haven't seen a single good dungeon trinket in my vault the entire fucking patch. Not a single one. It just sucks. Like, having spoils be good is just a curse. You're actually just cursed. Because spoils is such an annoying trinket to use. It's like a curse upon your family to have a spoils. Or, sorry, a spindle. I hate spindle. Spoils, very fun. Very fun because I don't have to look at what buff it is. I can just send it. 0 fucks given. I don't care the buff. I just send it, right? All the buffs are good for me because my stats are very even because I have very good stats. So that's why spoils for me is so good. But like with spindle, I'm going to have to channel it. There's no way around that. It's just going to have to happen. Sucks. Why with the new tier set would we play Eye of Infinity? Are you talking about the tier set on the War Within, or are you talking about in Dragonflight? You're going to have to qualify your questions now that we're like into beta, because I need to make sure that like I'm answering the right version of your question. Now that more people have access to beta, it's like a lot of people will just ask beta questions, and I'll get confused. I'll think it's talking about Dragonflight. Oh, on Dragonflight? Okay, so right now, the reason why we're Eye of Infinity is because it's just more damage. It's just better. Like, this is a pretty big number, yeah. Eternity Surge dealing increased damage. Very good. Very, very, very good. Getting Event Horizon is okay, but the problem is it's not going to give you as much value as just getting more damage on your Eternity Surges. And your empowered spells are doing more damage, right? So remember, the tier bonus also increases the damage our empowered spells do. And it increases the damage of our spenders. So even though less cooldown would be like better because you're getting more of them off and it does more damage, it's not actually the case because you have to wait in between your casts, right? So like look at the second part of the 4-piece here. It says, empower spells cause your obsidian skills to blaze with power, dealing more damage for 5 seconds. Okay? So because of that line, you're going to have to space out your empowers, which means you'll often be waiting on an empower even though you have it up. So what in essence happens, if you have cooldown reduction on Eternity Surge, a lot of this 3 seconds of cooldown reduction gets wasted because you're going to have to wait in between it up to 5 seconds anyways. So if your Eternity Surge comes up 3 seconds sooner, but then you still wait 5 seconds to use it because you're currently in your Blazing Shards, well, then the value has gone completely down the toilet, right? Like, you're not getting any value out of that. Now, on the flip side, you do gain value from having more Dragon Rage uptime. But with the stats that we have currently, you should be able to achieve the 5th extension or like 3rd Fire Breath extension fairly regularly. I mean, it does require you to play well. It might require a little RNG. But that is not enough to make up for the loss because you're just holding it all the time outside of Dragon Rage, right? So that's the reason why. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But the short answer is it just sims higher. I'm just explaining like the reasoning why it sims higher. Yeah, I mean, like all the decisions about which talents to run and all that we recommend is just based on what the robot tells us. We shove in the robot, and then the robot tells us what. The reason why people like myself need to know like why though is because we need to understand like if maybe the robot is playing wrong. So having that intel allows us to manage the APL, the action priority list, the thing that tells the robot what to play. It allows us to like make sure that it's doing all that shit right. It's pretty good though. The Evoker one's actually really well done. I haven't had too much of a part in that. I'm just kind of like observing and trying to notice problems and fix the little problems, but the folks who have been working on it have done a fantastic job. That's like Saldor, Volomir, Sidurn are like the main people I can think of who have contributed a lot to it. Okay, anyways, we're gonna do this weekly quest thing. What is this up? 18 minutes? Oi. Can we get into beta yet? Internal error has occurred. Please wait a few moments and try again. If this error continues, please... Or try restarting Bellnet. Okay. What if I do this? What if I do this? No. Okay. It just doesn't want me to update. So, do we think it's because of the servers, or do we think I'm just bugged? Is anyone else able to do this little update if you're in the beta right now? Yeah, check and see if you can do the update, because it's not working for me. And I will be right back. Okay. I got no update for me, but Realm's showing compatible. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I had to go pee and then I got caught up texting about my plans for next week. But I'm gonna share the plans with you too, so you can know, chat, what I'm doing, what the plan is for next week. So here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. Next week is gonna be fucking busy as shit. All right. In fact, I would extend that to this Thursday. Starting this Thursday, this game and the content that I'm producing around it are going to start fucking accelerating at a pace that I will barely be able to keep up with. It's going to explode. Content explosion, all right? Thursday is going to be raid testing for Heroic. I want to test it as Fire Mage, but I also want to test as Dev. I'm still like, I'm not completely out of Evoker yet, because there's still a chance that they revert the animosity change. And I kind of want to see what it's like just to get a feel for it. I'm going to try to test as both specs, but we're going to have to see what happens. But I will say right now my preference is towards Fire. Anyway, so this Thursday and Friday, there's raid testing. The schedule has already been posted, but it's going to be pretty much starting like midday through the afternoon. And then Mythic Plus testing is happening this Thursday, starting this Thursday. I want to be in keys every moment that I'm not in a raid boss. I want to be testing Mythic Plus keys fucking 24/7 during that period. I want to play Augmentation. I want to play Fire Mage. I want to play Scale Commander Devastation. I want to just get it all in. Okay, lots of content. And then Friday, I should also be playing pretty much the whole day. I will also try to do Arcane and Frost if I have time. But my priority right now is in this order. Fire Mage. And then number 2 is Devastation. Number 3 is Augmentation. And then below that is Arcane and Fire. Or Frost. Arcane and Frost. So like those are like lower prio for me. It's limited time, right? So I have to like really consider how I'm spending my time. Fire seems to be the thing people are more excited about. So I need to focus on that. But anyways, so Saturday, I'm going to be out completely. I will not be playing at all Saturday. It's tragic. I have a trip that I have to do. I have to go pick up some furniture from across the country. It is a fucking nightmare, to be honest with you, but I'm going to just suffer and get it done. At least it's happening now. It could be worse. It could have been when the War Within starts, right? So, like, it could be worse. I just have to get it done. It's been something I've been putting off for a long time. It's just got to get done, unfortunately. Anyways, Saturday and Sunday, that's what's happening. Monday, I may or may not... across the country, you really don't want to hear the story. It's just going to get me riled up telling the story. Let's just say that whenever you're in a relationship, a committed relationship, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, okay? Sometimes you have to do things you really don't want to do. Like really, really, really don't want to do. But you know, you do those things with a smile on your face and you try not to think about it. That's my strategy. I'm just out of mind. It needs to be done. It's not my choice. But it needs to be done, and the decision's made, and I do what I need to do, right? It's part of being in a relationship. Sometimes you just got to do it. So it's fine. I'm over it. It'll happen. It's unfortunate the timing, but I'm just letting you know so that you know where I'm, like why I'm not playing those days, okay? Anyways, so that'll be an exciting trip. Very fun. Can't wait. Anyways, Monday... I don't know what the plan is actually, because it kind of depends. So I'm bringing my desktop and my laptop with me to try and get content out on Monday. We won't be doing the Warcraft workshop because I won't be able to do that, but I may be able to do content like streaming and YouTube. I'm not sure though. It depends. The internet might be a little spotty where I'm at, so it could be one way, it could be another way. We don't know. And then once, hopefully that sorts itself out, and hopefully I'm able to play next week. But I will be back Friday. Friday should be the day that I'm back, like fully back online. Also, tomorrow I'm getting a haircut. That has nothing to do with this, but I just, since I'm telling you my plans, I might as well just throw that one in there. I do need a haircut really bad. What's the fucking turkey sound? It's getting long. Yo, Italian Stallion, welcome back. 21 months. Appreciate you. So anyways, that's the full scope of my week. There. Now you know more about my week than you probably should, but there it is. But what I really, really want is to get as much time on the beta, play my characters that I plan to play in the War Within in as I can humanly do. I want to take it to the fucking limit of what I'm able to do in terms of sleep and producing content, because I just don't know what I'm going to be playing in the War Within, and it's too much of a question mark. It's like looming over me. I need to know if I'm playing dev still or if I'm not playing dev. And the only way I can know that for sure is just by seeing which one I enjoy more. Right now, I'm definitely enjoying Fire Mage more, but that may change. There could be tuning. There could be specific things that happen that make me not want to play it. There's just like a lot of factors to consider, and the only way I'll know for certain what I want to do is just by doing it, right? It's that simple. So, but I'm keeping my options open to dev just in case they revert to animosity change. I think really it's in Blizzard's hands. Like if they do something that makes animosity not as terrible, then there's definitely a reality where I continue as dev. But if they don't, I think it's pretty much settled. I'll probably just play mage. I'm looking forward to mage. I'm enjoying it. It's just, it's tough, you know? Either way, though, I'm going to play both characters. My plan is to play my fire mage and also to still play dev. Yeah, Warbands does make it a little bit better. But it's not about that, right? So the way I approach this game, and a lot of other people who are like me, is I have like a very single-minded focus. So since I'm talking about my plans, I might as well just like give you some insight into my brain. So like I have like really bad ADHD. It's like you know, I'm medicated. I got like the prescription, everything. It's not just like me saying like, oh, I have it, right? Like, no, I actually, the doctors agree. They all say I do. I have this thing where like I have to focus on one thing. It's really hard for me to do multiple things. I can know a lot about something and I can be obsessed with something without like interacting with it directly every day, but there is going to be a character that I play that I put more time into than the other character. And whatever character I put more time into is going to be way more strong than the other character, at least early on, because I'm just going to put a lot more time into it. Now, as the patch goes on, this won't matter, right? So like patch 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, this won't matter anymore because both of my characters will just be fine completely, right? Like they'll be good to go. But in patch 11.0, when the servers go up, the question is, which character am I logging into first, okay? So even though I plan to play both at a high end, even though I plan to clear Mythic on both, even though I plan to do Mythic plus keys at a high level on both, there's still going to be one character that I choose to click to log into first, okay? And that's where my obsession will be. It's hard for me to split it. I can switch, but like there's going to be one that I obsess over. And that's what I'm deciding is like which one I'm going to fucking pour my heart into, right? I'll still know all the shit I need to know and still be making guides and content around them. I'm just letting you know, like, me personally, I spend a crazy amount of time thinking about this game, like not a healthy amount. And you know, in some ways it's like weaponized ADHD, right? Like I'm like using it as a weapon because it is kind of like a superpower too. It's not all negatives, right? It also gives you that fucking insane passion and focus that like usually for like a normal person, it might be hard to get to that same level of passion and focus. So like, it's not all bad, right? But because of this, I need to decide. A big decision has to be made. Am I back online? Okay, yeah, I think, so that was weird. My internet, I guess, had a hiccup. Because what was weird is I could still see chat. I could still see my own feed. My internet was saying everything was fine, but my game disconnected and my OBS disconnected. So I think my internet just had a hiccup. My ISP is kind of annoying. They do this shit all the time. Linden Dragon, welcome back. Appreciate ya. And Tor Spear with the Twitch Prime. Thank you. 2 months. Appreciate that. Thanks for letting me be your Prime guy. And thanks for being back, Linden Dragon. My internet's capped like the animosity change. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yapper back, bro.
I don't like it. It hurts. It's too. You cut too deep with that one. That was out of pocket. we're still sensitive about the animosity thing, you know. We gotta recover our mental. Yeah, animosity change would be okay if they did something else to compensate for it, but they said nope, you're just fucking nerfed. Get fucked. The class you enjoy is getting fucking brain dead easy to play, and you're nerfed. And you know why it's happening? It's because of Shadow Priest. That is the worst part to me. The fact that they went ahead with all that shit, and then they just said like, yo, it's because of Shadow Priest. That's why we did it. Like, that's fucking crazy to say. Hey, by the way, we're nerfing your class because of Shadow Priest. Or not just Shadow, it's like because of Priest in general. We're nerfing you because Priest exists. It's the same thing DK's dealt with. It's the same thing Rogues have dealt with, right? And it doesn't feel good. Especially since there's like a trend here. It's like, hey, maybe hear me out. This might sound crazy, but like if we're nerfing every class because of Priest, have you considered looking at the Priest? Like, don't you feel like it's a little weird to nerf every class in the game because of PI, but then just like not address the root problem, the root cause? Like, wouldn't that just be a lot smarter? And wouldn't that make players feel better? Like, why are we just going around like the Grim Reaper fucking executing other classes because one class has a buff that's a problem for the game? What am I doing? So I'm doing my weekly quest. But what I'm trying to do is get into beta. It's just not working. Yeah, exactly. PI could just be removed. Or they could change how it works. So it's not haste, it's something else. There's like a lot of different ways they could do it. But yeah, saying that like, oh, we're nerfing your class because your reliance on PI is too high, when number one, that's just a fucking cope. You don't need PI to get extensions. If you've ever played Mythic Plus, you know that's true. Number two, you can still do it like with just Lust. If you play well and you have good stats. Number three, forget all I just said. It didn't matter anymore because listen, in the War Within, it's fucking free. You get your tier bonus, free fucking 5th extension. Absolutely free, okay? You fucking play Scale Commander, free 5th extension. No questions asked, okay? Literally. It is so free to get these extensions in the War Within. People just haven't played it yet, so they don't know this. But Blizzard should fucking know this. They're making the game. How do they not know this, right? So to say it's because of PI is like the ultimate cope. It's actually insane that they blame PI for that. Do I think they'll reverse it? Well, it doesn't seem very popular with the players, and they said that they're going to listen to feedback, but who knows? I mean, they did the same thing for DKs. DKs got deleted from this earth because of PI. So, I mean, there's precedent for them to not listen. But also, they said feedback is being listened to, and they've actually, you know, you got to give them credit where credit's due. They've actually been pretty good about listening to feedback. They did the spatial paradox thing. They've done a lot of our feedback that we've recommended, even like to the point like they've actually implemented the changes that I and others have personally asked for. Like, so they've actually been pretty good at listening to feedback. So you got to give them credit there. But until it's addressed, like I'm gonna keep talking about it like this because it really does need to be addressed. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I don't have a direct line of communication to know if something's changing or not until it actually happens. It's just like an insane thing to blame for your change, you know? It's like so out of touch. Like why would you ever do that? Why would you ever tell us? If you're if you're nerfing it because of PI, don't fucking tell us that. That is the worst thing you could tell us. Cause it just makes you look dumb. Cause that's not something you need. Like, you don't need PI to get the extensions. In the War Within, all you have to do is have a functioning hand to press buttons. You just gotta press buttons. You press the buttons, you get that extension. It's so free in the War Within. If they were just saying, if it was like a nerf in season 4 at the start of season 4, I'd be like, okay, well, this sucks, but like they have a point, right? Like, it does kind of require that, I guess, in single target specifically. But like, again, that's not what they said. They said they're just nerfing it in the War Within, and no acknowledgement of how this affects AoE, no acknowledgement of how this affects hero talents, no acknowledgement about how the tier set is perfectly tailored to get extensions, and now it doesn't matter anymore. Right? It just leaves a bunch of question marks above my head. But they've been pretty good with feedback. So, you know, I'm gonna hold on to hope that they actually listen to the feedback that we've been giving about it. And also that players actually give good feedback, because I've seen some players say like, oh, this is good because I can't get the extensions without PI, and it's like, is it really because of PI you can't get those extensions? Like, if we're being honest with ourselves, is that really the reason why? Really? You're telling me in AoE you can't get those extensions? Are you sure it's PI that's the problem? Or could it perhaps be that your player skill isn't up to par? Because you should be able to get those extensions in AoE without any haste buffs needed. You can do that shit on a naked evoker. You just gotta press your buttons. But again, you know, I don't think I'm the person that this changes is targeting, right? It's like, it's more for like the casual evoker who I guess just like doesn't really know how to press their buttons. But evoker's too simple, right? Like, it's too simple. It's so fucking simple. Getting rid of something like this is kind of a big deal. If there was something else to bite into, if there was something else interesting about the class that like required skill, I would feel less passionate about how this is a bad change, right? There's like something else to sink my teeth into. But when the skill expression is already on the fucking floor, and the class is already like so fucking easy to play and low APM and just like lay back in your chair shit, right? Whenever there's like one last thing and then they hit the one last thing, it's like the saying goes, right? It's the last straw. The last straw that broke the camel's back. Also, the Firestorm changes aren't going to do anything. Just throwing it out there. Firestorm changes are... Oh, we're talking about animosity. So it's been a frequent topic for us, talking about animosity change in the War Within, and how none of it really makes sense. The reasoning doesn't make sense. The rationale. There's just like a lot about it that's really confusing. Yeah, it's been a frequent topic, and we're hoping that something changes really, really badly. What do these say? Okay, so I have like a lot of turn in items. Can we get in the beta yet? I don't think it's letting me do my beta update still. Internal error has occurred. Yeah, the cap. Just very, very bad change. But it's more than just like being a bad change. We're mainly talking about like how the change was also presented in terms of like the actual reasoning and rationale for it, which I think is like kind of almost worse than the change itself. Hearing that it's because of PI specifically, kind of weird. So like, where do I turn this shit in? I've got so much of this. Unearthed fragment coin. When does it go live on Thursday? So I think there's a post. Yeah, so they said test period will begin Thursday, June 13th, which is really soon, right? 2 days from now, at 10 p.m. PDT or 10 a.m. PDT. So I'm in EST, so I'm 3 hours ahead. So this will be 1 p.m. for me. So that'll be a good good way to get this day started. There's also raid testing though, so if Mythic Plus testing starts at 1, and then we have raid testing, which is, they just redid it. Where is it? Here it is. So the new raid testing is also Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to have 2 bosses. So that's going to be at 2, we're going to have Olgrax, and at 3, we're going to have the Bloodhound Horror. So we're probably going to do Mythic Plus testing and then log out, go over to raid testing, do raid testing for 2 hours, and then log back into Mythic Plus testing. And that'll probably be at like 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern until whenever I log out that day. But I don't think this first testing is going to go too well, to be honest with you. It's my prediction is that it's going to be kind of a shit show. Usually the first testings are, and the beta's state doesn't really seem too good, but maybe I'll log in today and I will have a completely different opinion on it. Because I'll log in and it'll just work like a charm, right? And I'm totally not coping by saying that. It's totally a reality.
Good day to you. Smooth sailing. Safe passage to you. Lord Admiral's favour, friend. Look always to the sea. Ahoy!
Okay, that's all those. What's next? Unearthed fragment coin. Oh, this is used at a vendor. Okay, we'll hold on to these. What about Centaur Hunting Trophy? I think I remember this one. It's definitely in the plains. Okay. Disintegrate is spell frost damage, so it is arcane damage and it's also frost damage. So we actually benefit from multiple weeks there. The changes, by the way, for the new affixes are actually like not bad for dev. But that doesn't change it still feeling kind of weird in general. But yeah, it's not too bad for us actually. A lot of our damage is split. We have a lot of nature damage. We have a lot of fire damage. We have a lot of frost damage. We have a lot of arcane damage. So like we've got like all of our bases covered.
Hold your dog. Good luck. Trust your eagle eye. Stay sharp. Go well. Take care which burrows you search. Greetings.
Internal error has occurred. What could this be? Is there a service that's hung? Volcanic. Volcanic is fire plus nature, I believe. Yeah, fire and nature. Let's see. Your bombardments are volcanic. Your deep breath is volcanic. Your breath of aeons is volcanic. Your eruption is volcanic. Your upheaval is volcanic. A lot of stuff. I think pyre might also be volcanic. Never mind. Pyre's just fire. Just fire. That's okay. Your blazing shards are volcanic.
Come see what I've dug up today. Steel's so sweet you can smell 'em a mile away.
Okay, so Og will actually have an insanely easy time keeping everything up as Kill Commander. The way things are looking right now. I think both will actually be pretty easy though. Yeah, so beta is I can't get it to even update. So like here's my Balnet, right? And then there's an update button here. And if I click this button, it says initializing and then I get an error. So what I did is I go over to Task Manager and I kill it. And then I look for any service that might be included too for it. Like any BNet service. And I kill those two. Right here. Right. And any other BNet services that might be running, I'm going to stop. I think this one stopped. I think it's just this guy. And then I reopen it. And then I click to do the update. And it still gives me an error. They're saying more servers, but are you able to get to that screen? Because I can't even get there. Okay. So they say incompatible. Is that what you're seeing? Incompatible? Okay. Yeah, so you don't even have the patch showing up then. I have the patch showing up, but I can't do it. So maybe it's normal. Maybe it's like not completely scuffed. Says up to date for you. So what you need to do is completely close out of Battle.net. And then you'll see it show up correctly. Like not just close it, but like kill the process as well in your task manager. I think what might be happening is maybe the patch is sent, but it's like not everyone is seeing it show up on their browser.
Up for an adventure? Go well. Well then, stay sharp. Trust your eagle eye. Take care which burrows you search. Off with you then. Good luck. My hearth awaits you.
Something has stirred the creatures of this area. Hold them off!
I am running Sark Cloak, yes. Although this number down here, it doesn't include decimal. It just rounds up. So that's why it's different than this number. However, this weak aura is working. It doesn't have like the same logic as your in-game one. For whatever reason. I could probably modify it. I know enough about weak auras to probably change that. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that.
The magic surrounding this area
Just land right here.
This untamed instability is a threat to our allies. Do what you can to restore order.
I think it's this one. Poker stats. Which part is showing me the item level? Is it this one? Here it is. Okay, so it should be under display. It's just going off of stacks. Okay, stacks. Trigger is here. I think what I do here to add it is just add a parenthesis here. Or maybe I need to do F. Wait, hold on. Decimals to format F. Does that work? Maybe not. Okay, this is actually done a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. I could probably just remove this line. Like if I just remove this. Oh, well now I just broke it. The bottom branch? Oh. Yeah, that's the stack information. This is the trigger. Okay, I'm just actually going to delete this. Because we don't even care about that. The only reason I had it on my screen was there's a time when I was making my evoker and it was like still super fresh and people kept asking me what was going on. And I was like 480 I'm level. That's the only reason I even had it on. So we'll just turn that off. Yeah, I'm 528 according to this. Oh, damn. I just put away my suffusion materials. I could have instantly done this boss. Oh. Okay, I think we just stand here and kill this guy over and over again. Yeah, it could be boots. You could definitely craft boots. It would just depend on like what your item level looks like and what the lowest thing for you is. Just need one more person to pull that boss. Let's realm hop. Okay, now we can summon the boss. One last time.
Slay these lesser creatures yourself and recover what they have stolen! Zakali, you have been made to look weak! Do not make me send more of these soft primalists to aid you!
Okay, now we just need to do a time rift. I've only done one of these before, but I remember it was here. So let's get it. You know what? We're gonna soar. Actually, no, we won't soar. At the top of the hour? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, that means we got the whole ass though. Hold on. Just gonna hurt back. Sorry about that. I reached for the mute, but I was too slow. Oh man, you ever had that sneeze where it like, I swear it just takes over your whole body?
Greetings.
So am I just waiting here?
We stand against chaos. Follow order. Serve order.
Is it time already? What do you come back here and help us
Resolve the paradox. Find the creature from the wrong timeline. Wait, what? No, it's this one. So am I just like playing what isn't the same as the others? Bug? Red? This guy? Huh? Oh. Is it really just color? It says kill as many as possible.
I see we have a powerful foe before us. Defeat it!
Yeah, portal in the middle. I remember that part.
Dystopia breeds these hordes. We cannot let them win. Deal with the demons in our midst.
Yeah, I can't get into beta right now. Been trying. It won't even let me update.
Defend our timeline against our enemies. We stand as one.
Okay. When Blizzard announces the Warcraft and beta things, servers seem to be down, but I can't find it was announced or not. Yeah, I think the servers are down because they're adding servers. That's what I've been telling or been hearing from people in chat. They've been saying that servers are down because they're adding more for testing on Thursday. No idea if that's true though. That's what I've heard. I haven't been able to confirm it myself. Because I can't even do the update, so.
I see we have a powerful foe before us. Defeat it!
Testing a key should be 1 p.m. Thursday, according to the post. Enter the time rift. In we go.
In this timeway, the Black Empire never fell. This Azeroth was a dead planet, fed upon by the old gods for millennia, with no titans, dragons, or champions to stop them. We will not be here for long. Here is time to strike it down. You're almost done.
Okay, I guess we're done with this. Should be able to turn the quest now.
I protect the sands of time.
Knit glass. Oh, that's cool.
Greetings, adventurer.
Okay, so let's get some flakes. Can't use this polearm, we'll use the rep. Sell this shit to the vendor. It's a cool looking sword. Ooh, that polearm looks really cool. I should send that over to a character who can use it.
Travel safe.
Guessing this is all cosmetic shit. Oh, I can get a mount though. I think we get that mount. Cool.
What is it
There's another mount. Oh, it's a seagull. I should have got that one instead. Ooh, I like that offhand too.
Be bold. Be true.
Okay, so I guess in terms of like what's left. Wait, who's this guy? Oh, another mount. Okay. Maybe I should do these for these mounts. It's been a while since I collected mounts, but the mop remix has awakened something in me. Actually enjoyed collecting all the shit there. Suppose it wouldn't be too much work to get these mounts. I would just need to do this probably like 3 more times. At the current pace I'm going. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Does this reset daily or weekly? This time rift shit. I'm guessing it's weekly. Oops.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. Like you.
Maybe I should restart my computer. Maybe that'll fix this. Okay, let's actually try that. I'm gonna exit game. The stream should stay up, by the way. But I might become frozen or muted for a second. We're gonna do this. Restart. Restarting my computer. What could go wrong? Okay. Test, 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 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Chatterino is back open. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Yes. Great. That's fantastic news. Oh, you gonna work this time? So you're saying there's a chance. Oh shit, it worked. I won't be able to log in still, but at least I can see the login screen now because of this update. Yeah, no realms are currently available. Yeah, there's a new beta build, but we can't get in. We've been trying. Won't let us in. You know, it'd be really cool is if beta came up like right now. That'd be so cool. We have to just be patient. Okay, what else can I do in the meantime? Maybe there's some toy unlocks I should do. Northern Engineering, Draenor Engineering, Pandaren Engineering, Pandarian, rather. Draenor. Okay, I should definitely do the Draenor one. Oh, Looterang. Looterang. Okay. This one I should totally do. Looterang is big value. So I should do Cataclysm and Draenor one. Let's do that. Beta's not working. Beta's not up. Can't get into beta. Been trying. See? You'll turn it on for me? Okay, thank you. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that.
Yep, what do you want? Keep your ear to the ground. Catch you on the flip side. Pleasure doing business with you.
Now, if I remember right, this one is actually... Maybe it's not this one. Maybe it's this one. There's a recipe you can buy that makes leveling engineering way easier. I think it's like it might be this red firework. It might be a different firework. I can't remember. Let me go look.
I got what you need.
Could have swore it was for Catado. Oh, this one is also good to have for Outland Engineering. I don't need that though. Damn, those are expensive. Yeah, beta not working, so we have to find something to spend our time doing in the meantime. I'm just trying to check things off the list of what I need to do before next expansion. Uncertainty about what I'm going to play, so I should just get my Evoker and my Mage ready to go. So we need to do Cataclysm Engineering because I need to unlock the Looterang thing here. This is what we're after. So, wow, professions. Okay. We're just going to slam this shit pretty quick. So we need Severite ore. Wait, is it really Severite? Oh, this is Dragonflight. This is not the right one. We need to look for Cataclysm. It should be Obsidian. Let me read this guide. It says... Okay, 1 through 45. Obsidian bolts. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, can I get an army knife? Just keep that in their inventory. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure on the beta it's just like going all the arcane missile talents and just playing arcane missiles, but I don't know. As soon as I found that out, I logged out. I wasn't interested anymore. I like arcane barrage builds. So I want to find something that works like spamming arcane barrage or like doing a lot of big arcane barrage cleave damage or funnel or something like that. That's what I always find more interesting.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
But no, I'm trying to focus my efforts on fire for the beta. Can you I would like to play something else though, but I just gotta find the time to like get the research in. Does anyone have any Sims for War Within stuff? Because if I were to look at the sim, I could figure it out. I could suss it out, reverse engineer it. I know there's probably smarter people than me who have been looking into this. Yo, what's up, Clappity? How's it going? Yes, it does.
Have I got a deal for you? Keep it real.
I think we do the Elementium toolbox. Oh, wait. These are actually fairly cheap to make. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. No. We're gonna make these bad boys. We're gonna make a pair of these goggles.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
These are 25. You get 2 to 4 from this. So what is the bar cost again? 35? Okay, maybe we do make goggles.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
How much level does this give me? 1. Okay. Well, that's cool. Alright, so this is still orange. Yeah, I think we just mass craft goggles. Oh wait, no. We still do ether. I didn't even realize ether was still on the table.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Okay, this won't take any time at all. Yeah, I don't know if anyone has even made it, so I don't know if that stuff's around. I'm just seeing if it is, because it'd be really cool if it was something we could look into. Wait, so this is cosmetic, but oh, these do actually look good though. How do I move my guy down? Those are good looking goggles. I think we have it unlocked. I think I can just delete it now. Yeah. Could do that, but Not gonna look into it. It was just a question. It's okay if we don't have an answer. For Arcane, I kind of just want to wait and see what is showing up in Sims and then work on it that way, because there's too many different ways it could go. Not looking to like suss it out. I spent a little time on Arcane and I was just like, Yeah, I think I'll wait for that one. Okay, so the guide says 45 is where we should end up. And then we do lure tackle boxes. Okay, so yeah, we should do the bolts. We have a ton of the ether anyways. This is 25. These ones are 2 to 4 for 2, so it's going to be 33% chance for 2, 33% chance for 3, 33% chance for 4. But it's also faster to just use the bolts, so we'll just use the bolts. How many we got for sale? Okay, we'll do 50 of these. Yeah, a mage that can tail swipe. That's actually what I'm looking forward to. I think my mage will actually be direct here. It's not even for like the tail swipe though. It's just the fact that you get glide. Glide is insane. Okay, so now we can use the loot, or we can craft a looter ring. It requires 70 though to actually use this thing, unfortunately. Okay, we're 45, so I think it's going to be the Elementium toolbox from here on out, or the lure box. No, I think it's the toolbox. High-powered gun. Yeah, this guy right here. Okay, it's annoying that it closes that, but then I can reopen it. What's the point of that? All right, so we need... How many of these? 300, it looks like. And... This is 12 per. So what, 240? Yeah, a mage who can tail swipe, that's a lot of stops. You're going to have infinite stops in Mythic Plus. I assume they're going to balance the cooldowns in some way or another. Like make them share a cooldown or something, because if you have wing buffet and tail swipe, that's kind of crazy. I don't think there's a list yet. We're just trying to get into the beta, and right now we can't. But there's probably going to be a WoW head post soon, if I had to guess.
GTL, friend. Gambling, tinkering, laundry.
Let's see. Nothing yet. Well, technically it's a racial. So tail swipe and wing buffet are both racials. Just throwing it out there. But what I think they're probably going to do is make them share a cooldown. Because that's how other racials work. If you're not a Voker. Okay, we're 65. Now we just need to make these heat spinning lures, I think. Yep.
Go get him, champ.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Based on the strength of classes now, is there any specific class you can see getting a nerf based on the history of Blizzard?
Not everything in the ocean is
I think a lot of classes are going to get nerfed.
mannered as I am.
Because the balance isn't very good right now. There's going to be a lot of buffs and a lot of nerfs. I will not will it into existence what I think needs to be nerfed. So I keep my mouth shut. Okay, so we need 5 of these. Actually, no, we're going to go up to 10. So this would be, what, 40 of these?
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
It's like too early to really be concerned about nerfs and buffs. What the tuning still like is needing to happen, right? There's like a big gap, I think. We'll have to see what happens after that and how things shake up. How they shake up and how they shape up. Okay, I think we'll actually get to 75 here. Nice. Okay, now I can use my lootering. Fuck yeah. Lootering is massive. I love the lootering. All right, so now we just need to get Northern Engineering up for the mailbox. Yeah, Northern is next.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Jueves? Yeah. Yeah, we like Jueves. I actually need to farm that though, because he's not a toy. He's a he's like something you actually craft and keep in your bag. My mage already has it. But yeah, we'll have to get down the evoker too. Was it comparable before or after they did the talent rework? Because that changes things a bit. I would say before the talent rework shit, for me, I was seeing Sunfury ahead a bit, and now I'm seeing them very much even, or Frostfire ahead. But also I'm just going off vibes. No proof, only vibes.
Go with honor, friend.
Very well then.
Okay, so to get Molly, we need 50. Cuevas, I think, is max, or maybe he's 52. Wait, let's see. You need 75 for him. And we'll have to get the recipe to drop. That's pretty easy to farm, though. I know where to do that. Yeah, so we should just get we should just start by getting it up to 75. That's step 1. So it's gonna be cobalt. Cobalt and yeah, we'll need bolts, we need capacitors. Oh, wait, this is fucking free. Hold on. Hold up.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oh, even better. Just gonna buy 200 of these. The cloth is actually dirt cheap. Love that.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Okay, this is gonna be nice and quick. Very nice. Oh, I can just talk to auctioneer. What am I doing? Is beta up yet? Retrieving realm list. Oh, nope. No realms currently available. Ah, unlucky. Hey, considering re-rolling to a mage next expansion. Hey, me too. Do you think the fire arcane rotation will become easier? Thanks. Yeah, it is. I don't just think. Like, for sure it's easier. It is 100% money back guarantee. It is easier than it is now. That's a good thing. The TLDR on Fire Mage changes? Oh man, there's so much. They completely reworked the tree. SKB is less important. UI is better. Living Bomb talents are good. You spend a lot of time casting Phoenix Flame. The new tier is built around Phoenix Flame. You get a lot of Phoenix Flame cooldown reduction. The rotation itself is like, you still track Field of Burn, but you wouldn't have to track SKB unless you're playing that. You kind of don't need to cast spells. You can kind of just run around while you cast because everything is instant cast pretty much. You're still managing a lot of buffs and paying attention to a lot, but the way it feels is just so much better. Feels so much better than it used to, in my opinion. It's refreshing. And also it's like super bursty in AoE, like to the point where it's like, god damn, this shit's gotta fucking nuke. And yeah, you can definitely spend prolonged periods of time without casting a spell if you get lucky, which is cool. It's like it's approaching Beam Hunter in terms of the casting while moving versus instant cast versus off the GCD, that sort of shit. Which is kind of crazy because Mage is already very mobile. And now it's just getting even more mobile. Mages just stay winning, you know? You bet against mages, you're betting against the way of things. The order of this world. And now on the flip side, Dev is getting like way, way, way more casts and less movement. It's like the opposite. I think the damage will still be good. It's just that the play style is kind of not looking too good. Okay, so I think we should learn Goblin Engineering. Although, I think we need to do Classic Engineering to get that unlocked. So that may not be something we can do. We might have to just finish out with some other stuff here. I guess some scopes. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this is because I can't get in the beta. So since I can't get in the beta, I'm just doing like stuff on my checklist that I need to do before the next expansion. One of those things is get all the engineering stuff unlocked that I need to have. So that's what I'm doing right now.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Yeah, having the alchemy stuff is good for like right now. In the next expansion, we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. But like for leveling up, alchemy won't really do much for me. The engineering stuff will though. That's why I'm doing the engineering stuff right now. It's also something I just like should have done earlier, but I had to move my professions around. So yeah, I had to just wait to get it done. Okay, wait, this is just tinker kits. Okay. Just 2 for each one. What is tinker kit here? 89. Okay. It's not that it's like that impactful. It's just like really nice quality of life because you don't have to worry about corrupting rage killing you. You don't have to worry about. Hold on, which one am I doing here? Okay, I think the old one. You don't have to worry about like taking out as much, just like dying to dumb shit. It's a nice little boost. I would say it's more peace of mind than it is quality of, or yeah, it's also quality of life, but it's definitely more peace of mind than it is like actual difference.
Light be with you.
Yeah, it's nice. Mage isn't the biggest winner though. It's definitely Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is the biggest winner in that. Demon Hunter and Warlock. Dev actually gets a pretty good deal too. Dev Evoker. But I'll be honest with you, I just don't like that change at all. I don't like any of those affixes. I think it's all bad. That's just me though. Here's the thing. I think people are going to give the 10% increase to their damage more value than it actually needs, or more value than it actually should have. I think what it's going to do is it's going to lead pugs to make really bad decisions about who to bring to their key. And I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to change too much. 10% damage isn't going to make you not die to the one-shot mechanic that the aspect's favor would save you from. You know what I mean? And it's not even going to work on the bosses. It's only trash that has a cast bar, or sorry, that has, what is it, mana? Trash that has mana versus trash that doesn't have mana, which is like so oddly specific that it may not even be impactful at all, like in a lot of keys. I think in general, it's probably getting more attention than it should, but the reason why kind of makes sense, right? It's just, it seems dumb. That's the reason why. The pugs will make crazy decisions off of it, like really dumb decisions, but like, I don't think it actually will matter as much as they will give it credit for. Pugs always like hyper focus on the wrong shit though. They'll strictly adhere to like metas that just aren't relevant to them. They'll not invite you because you're like not the fodom thing, even though you'll be like way higher IM level, way better at playing it. They just won't know that. They'll just like make uninformed decisions. It's the same thing with raid. Like you'll see people running like specific comps for raid where it's like you have to have like exactly this many DPS players and not one more and not one less. It's got to be this exact random number that arbitrarily makes the group 20 people or whatever. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like if you see someone who's 528, you should just invite them. It's going to make your run easier. It's fucking stupid to not do it. But yeah, they just don't know better. So I think it's going to like make pugs probably dumber. That's my prediction. I think in general there'll just be like dumber decisions being made about who to bring. You'll be like, "Oh, we have to bring this feral druid for the bleed buff. It's actually critical." And then you go in there and then they don't do shit for damage anyways. And you die because you don't have like some other buff that you needed and you didn't get. Like no aspects favor. You didn't have like a defensive for this one mechanic because you brought a druid instead and you already had like a resto healer or something. But then on the flip side, I think there may be like very specific comps that might be weak specific, and I don't like that. Effectively what this does is it makes it even more rare for there to be a push week, quote unquote. Right? Because like you have like this crazy comp that's like perfect and all the players are like really good and it's like exactly everything just perfectly lined up with the affix, going for like the highest key possible. And then it's like, okay, well, we have 1 week to get this done and we'll never see this week again. You know, because it's got to be bursting. It's got to be either Ford or Tyrannical, whichever one it is that week. And then you need the other one to line up perfectly with it. And it's like, okay, there's your push week. And then the rest of the season is you just fucking sleeping. I don't like that. That's what I hate about affixes. I don't... It's not so much the affixes themselves I don't like. I don't like that it forces push weeks. Like, I just want to log into the game and play. Like, I don't want to have to fucking wait. Like, next week, if you've looked at the affixes coming... Or I guess it's this week now. If you look at the affixes today, you're probably thinking, you know what? I think I'll just sleep until next week, right? Like, is anyone here who's serious about Mythic Plus actually pushing this week? No fucking shot. No fucking shot. 0% chance. No one's fucking pushing anything this week unless it's on the realms or you're just practicing. You're not fucking pushing your keys this week. Right? And what this change does is it makes it so push weeks are like even more rare. That's what I don't like. That's what I take issue with. Oh, also the negatives on those affixes look really fucking bad, by the way. Like the thorns one, imagine bolstering fortified with the thorns, and the mob has like 8 stacks of bolstering. You're just gonna get fucking vaporized. There's gonna be a situation where you get a trinket proc, or you have something else that's like not flagged correctly, it's like not whitelisted correctly for the buff, and you like press a button, or maybe you don't even press a button, maybe you're just fucking vibing and you're just existing, and then something procs and it hits, and then you get reflected on and it just globals you. That shit's gonna happen. It's gonna be really annoying to deal with. I'm just gonna throw it out there now. That shit is gonna be super annoying.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I'm sure everyone remembers Mott if you played in BFA. And how like random abilities would be flagged for the reflect, but other ones wouldn't be. Yeah, shit like that.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Exactly. It's like procs that aren't properly flagged. Because as everyone here knows, I'm sure it's like, there's always something that slips through the cracks, right? Always something. Okay, now we just need to go buy Gnomish Army Knife.
Hello. See you later. For the Alliance. Safe travels. How are you? See you around. Looking for something specific? See you later. I supply only the finest goods.
Every time I hear the dragon, it reminds me to test if beta's up yet. How significant is the animosity nerf? Very. Let's see. So, wait, where's the skinny knife?
Have a good one.
Oh, leather working. Should be over here. This is blacksmithing. Ronaldo, where art thou? Maybe it's over here. Yeah, here he is. Yo, what's up?
See you soon.
Not as much, no.
Day to you.
I've been focusing my efforts on fire because it's been the most exciting to me. But I do plan to get into all of them. Oh, I need Serenite bars.
Safe travels.
Let's see. What is the cheapest thing here? Mage Era might come back. Yep. It's not 100% yet, but definitely looking at it. Looking at it and salivating like a hungry dog. It's looking real nice. Delicious even. Fire's looking too fucking delicious to pass up. Which one are you talking about leaving empty? I think they've changed it since then. There was a time where it would have been good to have one empty, but they've reevaluated how that talent works now.
What can I do for you?
They've changed that talent since then. Yeah, so Codex is probably the one you're referring to, and yeah, it could be a loss. They've evaluated that talent and been like, yo, we're gonna change this so it's like mages aren't avoiding it, but I don't know if they've been successful completely in that goal. The talent's just kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing with that one.
See you later.
So like in theory, I think that talent, once they get it figured out how to make it work, it shouldn't be a damage loss taking that talent. But they can't seem to figure out what they want to do with it. Now, if you're playing like fire and you're Sun Fury, you could always just go for the Disorient, the gravity lapse one.